Monday. Let's have a fun show. You are with Donald Stewart of the Pinstripe Chronicles. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who watches. It is an absolute honor to share the airwaves with you guys, talking ball as normal. So the topic of conversation here is our phenomenal shortstop, and his name ain't Anthony Volpe. It's actually George Lombard Jr. And that kid looks for real. I've seen enough. I'm excited for this kid. Now, I'm not saying that he should be used this year, but next year, give him that job, baby, and let him run with it. Give him every opportunity that you gave Anthony Volpe, because Lombard looks special. He's already, let's be fair, he's already a better player than Anthony Volpe, but you don't want to rush him. You don't want to do a disservice to his development. So absolutely, let him work away in the minors until he's completely ready. But is he already a better player than Anthony Volpe? Almost certainly. Because just look at him, man. He's so smooth with the glove, so smooth at short, beautiful arm, and he's got more power. So a lot more power. My morning coffee, baby. A lot more coffee. He's been great. I've been really excited about this kid. Listen, this spring is a little different than normal because we don't really have any position battles. There's no real position battles. There's not really anything of interest to talk about because we kind of know what this team is going into the start of the regular season. There aren't really any position battles, not really any pitching battles. There's not really any anyone beating the drum going, oh, we need to have him on the roster because we already know what this roster is going to probably look like. So for me, the interest in this spring training is basically Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. You can throw in Rodriguez Cruz, you can throw in dudes like that, but really my only real interest is Spencer Jones, George Lombard. I would add Jason Dominguez to that as well. The only thing is we kind of know what the Yankees think of Dominguez, and we kind of know that at the end of the day, very, very soon, Lombard and Spencer Jones will probably be sent down to AAA. And we're not going to see or hear from them again for the rest of the year, which kind of sucks because to me, they are by far the most interesting aspects of the spring, apart from obviously the WBC. So obviously, we are looking forward to the WBC. We're excited to see what happens here. They're already off to a great start. There's been walk-offs. There's been big home runs. Aaron Judge hit a home run in his first at bat. So, the WBC and basically Spencer Jones and George Lombard and Jason Dominguez are my only interests of this spring. Don't really care what the results are because it's spring, so I don't really care whether the Yankees win or lose. It's just really to see how our kids are doing. And they're not really kids anymore. Well, if you're Spencer Jones, the dude's 25. But that's where we're at. But I'm excited for Lombard. That dude's arm is magnificent. And I can't wait to see what we got with him. So, listen, our show is going to be a little different today because there's no Uncle T. And there is no Luca. So, it's just me, myself, and I. So, it's going to be an interactive show. Let's keep it fun. Let's talk some ball and throw in other stuff and let's have a good time. I know you guys missed me because there's not been any Yankified in a while, so we can kind of call this a Yankified until we'll get Yankified back up and running once the regular season starts, and then you can get full unadulterated hour or two of me ranting about God knows what the Yankees are going to do to piss me off. Let's say hello to those in the chat. So everybody, make yourselves known. What we got here? We got Jonathan in the chat. I think he will be sooner than everyone thinks. I hope so, man. I hope so. Maybe September. What about that? What about August, September? I wouldn't hate that. But Healing Man's Hearts, who self-refers to himself as Eeyore, it was a pleasure to talk to him, actually. I can't wait to have him again on our show. It was a really good conversation. So big shout out to you, my guy, Healing Mans. If the Yankees want a second version of Volpe, go ahead and rush him up to the show. He isn't ready yet. I don't think he's far, though, man. I think he's already a better player than Anthony Volpe. I'm saying that right now because, hey, how can he be any worse? But you're right. Don't rush him up to the show just yet. I mean, it's a disservice to his development. Let him work behind the scenes. Let him work in AAA. Work out all the kinks to his game, and he's gonna ball. If the Yankees don't do anything to screw him up, now that I can't attest for. Dev Finch in the chat. Now that is one of our loyal OGs, supporters, and he's letting us know that his mom's doing better. I'm very, very happy to hear that, Dev. Thoughts out to you and your family, and we really appreciate that you spend time of your day to go and hop on and watch our show, despite your mom not doing too well. So I'm very happy to hear that she's doing better. I hope we can maybe give you a little bit of levity while your mom recovers. Got Issy in the chat. Yo, what's going on? We got Jonathan going solo today. I'm going solo. All I have to say is I miss Juan Soto. Bro, I'm giving you a star for that. I don't know how popular it is anymore to say that, but god damn, I miss that kid. I miss that freaking kid. I love Juan Soto, man. He actually made things so exciting. I couldn't wait to get to the stadium to watch Juan Soto and Aaron Judge ball, and it was taken from me all too soon. I have not recovered from it. Nope, I haven't. I'm sorry. Watching Trent Grisham and Cody Bellinger is a very poor replacement for Juan Soto, in my opinion. I'm just saying, popular or otherwise, I don't care. I freaking miss Juan Soto. All right. Go Lou in the chat. Put Volpe at second. I don't want Volpe anywhere, bro. Volpe can be at second in AA. I don't want him anywhere near the majors. I don't even want him in AAA. Send him to Scranton. Send him to freaking, I don't care. Do they still have a ball club in Staten Island? Send him to Staten Island. I don't want him anywhere near Yankee Stadium. I just don't want to give Brian Cashman any opportunity for him to get him back in the team. Absolute garbage pail. Ryan Weathers has looked good for the most part. So he's throwing hard. Like, there's no doubt about that. I can't stand to watch number 22 in that WBC. His energy is what we needed in the Bronx. He was the X Factor. He was the X Factor. That is 100% truth. He was the X Factor. And he was much needed. Not only was he clutch as hell, but he loved the big moment. He just embraced the big moment. And that's what it's all about with the Yankees. It's all about the big moment, and he loved it. What about that like Hollywood at bat in the ALCS? That's Hollywood. He just loved the big moment. Like, he embraced it. He couldn't wait to deliver. And then you think about at the start of the year, a weekend, and then we faced the Giants, and he hit that dramatic home run into the sea over there in San Fran. I mean, that dude just loved the big moment. And again, it was taken from us all too soon, because this new team just hates the big moment. So that's why I'm completely with you, Issy, whether it's popular or not. He was the X factor. However, he got greedy. Time to move on. Yeah, he got greedy. There's no doubt about it. I, I still partially blame the way the Yankees negotiated, though. I think they dropped the bag. I think they dropped the ball and they dropped the bag in the Soto negotiations. And you ask why? Quite simple. Hal just didn't do enough. He didn't. I think what Juan Soto really respected was that Cohen, even though he's a used car salesman, Steve Cohen, don't get me wrong, he's a used car salesman, and he just pulled out every trick in the book to manipulate Soto into choosing Queens. But what he did do was he took time to get to know Juan. He took time to get to know Juan and his family. And Hal Steinbrenner just didn't bother. He didn't care. He just didn't contact him through the entire year that he was having a MVP caliber year alongside Aaron Judge. Hal didn't even bother talking to him. And didn't make his family feel welcome, and all that stuff takes the L. So when it was time to bid, although we bid above what I would probably have been comfortable with, it didn't really matter because I think Soto felt like we didn't really take time to get to know him, and I think that was the big L. And as it turned out, now I'm sure he's regretting it deep down. But anyway, I don't want to take up the whole show talking about Juan Soto, but it certainly, for me, it's a sliding doors moment where the Yankees could have, if they kept him, I think they would seriously would be the favorites to win the whole thing this year if they kept him. But it is what it is. What can we do? Can't rewrite the past. All we can do is look to the future. Okay, what we got here? Yeah, he and Judge were a phenomenal tandem. It was great. Soto knows Boone is a joke. Well, I don't know if I think it was more that he knew the locker room just didn't have that same kind of absolute desire to win. I think it was too chilled for him personally, from what I read. So yeah, I think that's why he kind of questioned whether the Yankees were built to win moving forward, like a very chilled locker room. And I think he wasn't too happy with certain aspects of the Yankee front office. And hey, join the club, bro. Ronnie St. John's. Roll with Caballero until August. I love me some Caballero. So that's, I mean, how is Caballero looking anyway? Because to be fair, I'll be honest, I am kind of low key been protesting this spring because of Brian Cashman's behavior this winter. It's obviously you guys don't know this because I haven't really mentioned it on the show because I'll die hard and I'll be locked in on the opening day. But I have been protesting this spring due to Cashman's behavior. And what do you mean by Cashman's behavior? And it's not just the fact that he's rolled back the same team, which I think is kind of shameless, but just the way that he spoke to fans, spoke about fans, just the way that he gaslit us the entire winter, mostly due to his plans or lack thereof. He didn't show up at the GM meetings. He fired our entire international development staff, but there was no mention of that. He passed on every single free agent that could have made us better. Passed on that, and I'm kind of protesting. And then he said some nonsense that it's not the same team, but the real offseason was the trade deadline. It's just too much gaslighting for me. So yeah, I protested this spring. I protested it. I'll be locked in from day one, but this is the first time in like 4 decades I've not watched any spring training. But there's only so much that you can do to a fan. There's only so much like lying and laziness from my front office that I'm going to put up with before I make a stand. So this is my stand. Quiet protest. They don't care. I understand that, but just for me. It's just for me. And does anybody else agree? If anyone else in chat is standing by my, or am I being harsh? Maybe I'm being harsh, but it's just my personal thing. I'm protesting it. I just thought that his behavior and the Yankees' behavior in general was disgraceful this winter, and that also goes to Hal Steinbrenner as well, who had that interview. And he said that the one thing he liked about this team was that the way that everybody got on, like it's the Boy Scouts or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a quiet protest to remind them that their stand is here. You know what? I agree. I agree, Donald. In my humble opinion, I don't think you're being harsh enough. Exactly. I'm trying to put it politically. But exactly. I could probably go harsher, but I think the way that Brian Cashman behaved in general this entire winter was unbecoming of a Yankee GM. I'm not convinced that he was trying to make the team better. I'm not convinced that he did any scouting, because if you're telling me that we're re-signing guys like Blackburn and the Little Sisters of the Poor, and just some weird moves, and just rolling back inside of the same team, just says to me that there was a bit of laziness. Like they felt contemptuous of the fans, and that they were better than they are, and that they've just basically put their blinders on, and they've ignored the fact that they got embarrassed against the Blue Jays, and they're now like, oh, you know what? We're just going to roll back as at the same team. I find that lazy, and then the fact that they tried to justify it by pretending that it's not the same team, but then when that didn't wash, then they just used the next excuse, which was, oh, the real offseason was the trade deadline. It's more excuses, it's more gaslighting, and it's more it's just more of the same, and I think it's contemptuous of us as fans. So that's just me. I know not everyone's going to agree with that, and that's absolutely fine. This is an open forum. I'm just using this platform to say what my belief is, that it's lazy. Now, I still want the Yankees to succeed. Of course, I want the Yankees to succeed. But I felt that they behaved lazy, and I think they behaved contemptuous of not just the fans, but actually in baseball in general. Like they're actually better than they actually are. It's like this kind of arrogance that just you can. It's like a smell of arrogance that comes from the Bronx, right? From 161 River Ave. It's just like a contemptuous and a smell that I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like this kind of arrogance. It's like, remember when the Yankees got knocked out of the playoffs a couple of years ago, and Aaron Boone says, "Oh, it looks like the league is catching up with us." Dude, the league looks like a lapped you. But again, they still view themselves as the 27-time world champions, the dynasty. They still view themselves as that, but they don't actually do anything to reinforce that or to make them the best anymore. They just tell themselves that they're fantastic, and then they expect you to buy it. And if you don't buy it, they then say that you're a bad fan. And that's what they're doing right now. They get their shills to come out, Michael K, to say that we're a bad fan, and that's it. That you're spoiled and all that shit. Spoiled? Jeez. We haven't won since 2009. There's there's like a massive chunk of our new fan base that have never seen the Yankees win a world championship. Is that spoiled to you? Doesn't seem spoiled to me. Our co-host, Luca. He was a kid when the Yankees won the World Series in 2009. He can barely remember it. He'll say so himself. So there's a massive chunk of our fan base that's like 20, 21, 22 that can't remember when the Yankees won a championship. And they are apparently spoiled? No. They want to see their team win. But we're a bad fan for wanting that. So yeah, I'm taking this stand. I think their behavior this winter was the last straw. It was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. So yeah, I've canceled my MLB.com subscription, and I'm not watching any spring games. I'll watch game 1, and I'll watch every game from that point on. But during spring, not for me. Not for me. I know they don't give a fuck. I'm not saying that they have any right to give a fuck, but it's for me, my own personal thing. And it seems to me that I'm not the only one that agrees with me. TC Steele's here. Good morning, Donald. I'm with you 100%. Issy, yep. Healing men's hearts. The Yankees messed up not retaining Soto. Everyone feels it. I agree. Completely agree. So we've got also Joseph in the chat. The Yankees don't scare anybody anymore. In fact, teams look forward to play. Yes! That is not even a freaking exaggeration, because we already heard it from IKF, who the Yankees gaslit us about, that he was the greatest shortstop on God's green earth. Well, IKF said that the Blue Jays were excited that the Yankees beat the Red Sox in the playoffs so that they could face the Yankees, because they knew that they would beat them. Yeah, that's not a great thing. It's not a great sign. And now that exact same roster has been rolled back for this year. And I'm supposed to pretend that this is like having this great winner? Come on. I can't lie to myself. I mean, I'd basically be lying to myself. If opposition teams are saying, yes, we get to face the Yankees, we get to beat them. We know we're going to beat them, right? And then we roll back that exact same roster, which got beat, roll it right back for next year. I'm supposed to pretend that this is a great offseason? Sorry, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I love that Cincy. Chats is an ADHD basket case, and Volpe is a lemon. Oh, I love that. I love that. A freaking sour lemon. Oh my god, that's a great one. That might be one of my favorite posts of this spring, I have to be honest. So he's killing it. Stanton is a G. That's it. Yep. Getting a star for that too. Looks like me and Issy are getting on very, very well today. I think Cole and Rodon are soft. Two crying in the dugout, walking guys they don't want to pitch to. Roster construction is a disaster. I agree. It is a disaster. If you really take a step back and you really look at it without the rose-tinted glasses, without the fake optimism, I think you look at it and you go, like, what was their thinking here? What's their thought process here? You know, what is their thought process behind Volpe? Seriously, is he seriously an option at shortstop after what he did last year, or the year before, or the year before that? I mean, are they seriously going to carry another whole entire lefty catcher tandem? Is that really their plan? Why is every catcher a lefty? That's really hard to find. Is that really their plan? A no-name bullpen to get you up to your star closer? Is that really their plan? An entire lefty lineup? Apart from Aaron Judge and Stanton, who you know that Stanton's going to miss at least one in every 3 games. an entire lefty lineup, and then what are we? We're supposed to buy that this is a great, wonderfully constructed roster. Again, you can't pull the wool over my eyes, and you can't pull the wool over a lot of our fans' eyes here either. The Yankees are the easiest to game plan for. That's what I was talking about in our last show. I was like, Aaron Boone rightly talks about lanes, pitching lanes, and he wants to get our guys in the right lanes. He's obsessed with lanes, right? But he is kind of right, because he's actually talking about his game plan for the opposition. But then what they don't self-audit. They don't look at themselves going, hey, we're actually kind of easy to match up against too, because our entire team is lefty. We have an entire righty bench, but they are bench players for a reason. Our entire starting lineup is left-handed apart from Aaron Judge. So what are they going to do? They're just going to pitch around Aaron Judge. And then they're just going to line up their bullpen in a lane, Aaron Boone's favorite word, and negate the strengths of our lineup. And I'm not saying our lineup sucks, but if it's entirely left-handed and entirely strikeout heavy, then it's kind of easy to have a game plan for. Now, there's certain teams that have more ability to carry a plan against the Yankees, and those are the teams that are above 500. The Yankees will beat up on the Rockies and those organizations. They'll beat up on the White Sox and all that shit, and the Royals. They'll beat up on all those teams. Of course they will. They'll put up the 10th spot, 12th spot, and it's they're gonna win over 50% of their games. Of course they will. Heck, they might even win 60% of their games, maybe, because there's a lot of shitty teams out there in baseball that aren't trying to compete. But that shouldn't be their litmus test. That shouldn't be their reference point. The reference point should be, how do we match up against like the upper echelon of the American League, the upper echelon of the National League? And they don't. Not yet, anyway. But we'll see if that changes this year. But I didn't see it. Considering it's the same team as last year, it didn't work out last year. So why should I think it's going to work out this year? It's not a championship. No, not at all. I don't think so. Not even close. The team is pretty much set, apart from Chiavelli, Montero, Burden. Oh, God. Chiavelli sucks. Escara is the backup catcher. Oh, yeah. We got a super chat. Uncle Tats will be happy. I'm happy. $4.99 from Is. Well, there's a positive. We're battling it out with the Braves and Pirates for another Grapefruit League championship. Woo! Let's go. Let's win that championship, baby. Thank you so much for the super chat, Is. You are the GOAT. Anyway, that's the gripes out the way. That's 28 minutes of griping out the way. We'll try to put the gripes to the side. Let's talk some positive stuff. Let's talk some ball. How are you guys feeling about the WBC? And everybody in your chat, what is your prediction? Who's going to win? Is it going to be the Dominican Republic? Is it going to be Japan? Or is it going to be Team USA? I think those are the three favorites. The Dominican Republic look badass. I think Japan are fantastic. And I feel pretty good about Team USA. Our roster is stacked. So give me your opinions in the chat. Who's going to win the WBC? I think it's between that three, unless you guys have other suggestions, of course. I think those three are the stars. Izzy says, I think it's the DR. They got the freaking juice. They really do. That roster is absurd. The WBC's Dominican Republic roster is absurd and very exciting. So I think that's a good shout. It's a good shout. It will certainly be a hell of a lot of fun if Team USA matches up against the Dominican Republic. I think it's going to be a heck of I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup. But yeah, you look at it, man, it's really good. Really good Dominican Republic roster. Alberto Abreu, Sandy Alcantara, Carlos Estevez, Camilo Deval, Wandy, Luis Severino. Austin Wales is somehow team Dominican, but okay. Agustin Ramirez. Oh, Agustin, who the Yankees really should have kept. Let's face it. Junior Caminero, fantastic. Vlad the Impaler. Got Manny Machado. Ahmed Rosario. Wow. A lot of Yankees in there. Ketel Marte. Damn, what a team. O'Neill Cruz. Shit. Julio Rodriguez. Juan the Beast Soto. Fernando Tatis. What a team. Holy fuck. And Albert Pujols as manager. Placido Polanco as a bench coach. Damn. It's even an all-star coaching staff. Jose Cano is a bullpen coach? Jesus. Wow. Even their coaching staff are all-stars. Stevie B says, I like Team USA. You put good players around Judge, he's going off like he is now. Look at what's working, Cash. Yeah, you put stars around Aaron Judge. Don't put Aaron Judge on an island. Put stars around Aaron Judge, and Aaron Judge will succeed. Boom, Stevie B gets a star for that. That's exactly where Cashman went wrong. He just wants to put Aaron Judge on an island and then just kind of put role players around him. No, you put stars around Aaron Judge. I mean, I'm not going to. The thing is here, and I'm not going to compare what Team USA does with the Yankees. I think it's like apples and pears. It wouldn't be fair for me to judge on that. I can only judge him on the Yankees. I think it's apples and pears regarding the WBC. But I mean, he's doing his bit. He's doing his bit for both. So no, I think he's doing absolutely great. I just wish that we got better help for him from the Yankees side. At least Team USA have got a heck of a team. Steph Finch says, "What's up to Stevie B?" But yeah, that Dominican Republic roster is absolutely stacked. I'm not sure that. I mean, that is a crazy amount of depth. Let's have a look and see what the Yankees are dealing with, what the Team USA are dealing with. We've got Bednar's, my boy. Clay Holmes. Oh God. Okay. Clayton Kershaw. Cool. Mason Miller. Nice. Paul Skeens. Love it. Tariq Skubal. Love it. Yarbrough gets in there. Garrett Whitlock. Love Garrett Whitlock. Logan Webb. Michael Waka. Yeah, not bad. Kyle Raleigh. Yes. Give me it. Inject it. Alec Bregman, infield. Ernie Clement. Paul Goldschmidt gets in there. Nice. Bryce Harper. Gunnar Henderson. Jesus, that is a great team. Bobby Witt. Love it. Aaron Judge. Pete Crew Armstrong. Byron Buxton. Kyle Schwarber. Nice. Let's look at the coaching staff. Mark DeRosa. Freddie Gonzalez. Brian McCann. Sean Casey. Matt Holliday. Andy Pettit. Let's go. David Ross. Again, it's an all-star coaching staff. Not bad. Good to see Andy Pettit in there. I think the Dominican Republic edges it. Roster-wise. But it's still a heck of a USA team. Absolutely star-studded. But that Dominican Republic roster just looks a little bit intimidating depth-wise, but I don't know. Paul Skeens, Tariq Skubal, Aaron Judge. Woof. Kyle Raleigh. Damn. Bryce Harper. Henderson. Witt. Oh, I don't know. It's close. It's like it's like neck and neck, actually. More I think about it. What a freaking roster. All right, let's look at Japan. Let's look at Japan's roster. Satani, Sugano, Sumina, Takayashi, Yamamoto, nice. Murakami, Okamoto, nice. Seiya Suzuki, Yoshida, Shohei. I'm gonna put that third. I don't think that's actually as strong as Team USA's, or the Dominicans team. Interestingly enough, do Italy have much going on? Oh, I was wondering whether Big G was gonna maybe declare, but he I don't know. He's probably resting. I think those are the three best lineups, right? How's Jazz doing for Great Britain? What? Why is he declared for Great Britain? Why is he declared for Britain? He's not British. That was weird. John Harbaugh season. I love that name. I want Lombard, Spencer Jones both to make the team to start the year. Yeah, on an ideal world, me too. And great tag name, my friend. Hopefully the Giants have a good free agency. We'll be waiting with bated breath on that one. Bahamas was colonized by Great Britain. Well, Great Britain attempted to colonize everybody, but they failed. Just like that entire British Empire failed. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to declare for a team that colonized my country. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I want Lombard and Spencer Jones both make the team to start the year. Now I agree, man. I would love Spencer Jones to be in my team. Like, as I say, if I was to redo the offseason, I would have made sure that there was a space for Spencer Jones to get an opportunity. How do we know what we got with this kid if you don't give him a chance? It just doesn't make sense to roadblock him in the outfield. That's why the whole Trent Grisham qualifying offer thing was just it's unforgivable, actually. Regardless of what Trent Grisham does this year. That's a good point. That is a good point. Magic, Jordan, Curry, LeBron, all gold medalists. Let's not forget Melo, my boy. Judge needs one for his legacy. Yes, when you put it that way, that makes a lot of sense. But if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to blame Aaron Judge. Is my point. But yes, he probably needs that for his legacy. So looking at those rosters, I think it's between Dominican Republic and Team USA now. The more I think about it, I actually think it's between those two. So, but it's been fun, man. It's been a fun start to the WBC, I have to say. Is there any other countries that could have a sneaky good run at it? Like, what about Mexico? Is there any other countries that you guys like? Trying to think of maybe Venezuela. Any of those countries that may have a shot? I think the three standouts are the ones that I mentioned. I think, and then focusing on the DR and the US are the two best rosters, strongest. But I named some other countries there that could be interesting. Mexico, Venezuela, anything like that. What do you guys think? He's got a point here. DR actually looks like a team that they don't look like a bunch of stars just thrown together. They have a cohesion that's uncanny. Yeah. Got a real will to win as well. You can definitely tell. Absolute will to win. Yeah. Real collection of stars. I mean, I was on a team with Juan Soto and Vladimir Baylor. It's insane. This is not fair. But yeah, to be fair, that's really the big conversation of this spring. It's the WBC. It's not really anything the Yankees are doing or aren't doing. South Korea reached the WBC quarterfinals. They absolutely beat up on Australia. USA Mexico next. That's going to be a fun game. That could be really interesting. So yeah, I mean I think it's great for baseball. I really hope that that it's a fantastic end to the tournament. So meanwhile, while Team USA are kicking ass, the Yankees got mercied against the Twins. And then, they beat the Rays 3-0. Lost to the Nationals 3-0. Let's see, look at this Yankee lineup. It was Jason Dominguez, J.C. Escara, George Lombard, Spencer Jones, Chase Peterson, Zach Brown, Yorbit Vivas. Oh, wow, Vivas still exists. Duke Ellis. There's the Duke himself. Jake Bird gave up 2 earned runs. That dude's ass. I don't understand what the Yankees see in this kid. He gave up 2 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. I don't like Jake Bird. I don't understand why everyone's obsessed with this kid. Will Warren pitched well, though. 4 innings pitched, no earned runs. Then the Yankees took on the Mutts and lost 10-4. Dominguez leading off. J.C. Escara again. George Lombard, 1 for 4. Okay. Spencer Jones, 1 for 3. With an Ribby, of course. Yorbit Vivas again. Duke Ellis again. Duke Ellis. How he keeps getting at-bats for the New York Yankees, I'll never understand. Ryan Weathers, oh boy. He had a nightmare. 2 innings pitched. 5 earned runs. 7 hits. Oh, geez. Cade Winquist, he gave up run. Oh, dear. That's a bad day for Ryan Weathers fans. Well, hopefully he gets that out of his system. That's I mean, you don't want to worry too much about spring stats, but that's obviously not great as we're heading into the middle section of our spring, and Ryan Weathers is giving up 5 earned runs, 7 hits in just 2 innings. He's our only acquisition. But anyway, doesn't really matter. Spring is usually for working out your stuff and all that stuff, and focusing on other pitches that may or may not be your strongest. It's really just about rehabbing and making sure you're ready for opening day. So it's not really a big deal, but obviously you pay attention to it. Dominguez had a great play. Jones is doing well. Lombard's having a great spring. The 3 guys that I'm paying attention to, Stevie B, that's the thing. Those are the three guys I'm interested in this spring. And sadly, all three have no role to play on opening day. It's kind of disappointing for me. That's hence partly why I'm protesting. As he says, I'm telling you, I watched Brothers in San Diego in July when it's hot and humid. His flat fastball will be flying all over the. Oh, God, don't say that. Well, as he's seen it firsthand. What I will say, though, Matt Blake tends to not emphasize people's fastballs if it isn't their best pitch. So I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Blake is going to have him focused more on his off speed in the secondaries rather than and mixing it in better along with his powerful fastball because he throws hard. Throws very hard. It's just a matter of locating it. Well, let's see. I'm going to give it a chance. I didn't think it was a bad pickup. I think it was a kind of steal of a trade. But I mean, you've seen it firsthand. When his flat fastball gets hit, it gets hit very hard. So we will see. But he shut down the Yankees last year. So I mean, he can pitch. I am surprised Weathers isn't already. Don't put that into the atmosphere. Oh dear. Well, to be fair, paper glue and popsicle sticks. That's kind of how like the Yankees tend to put together their players anyway. That's what their medical staff does: Robitussin and paper glue and popsicle sticks. Rub some Robitussin on it, you'll be fine. Anthony Volpe, I've got no shoulder. You'll be fine. Come out there, take an Advil, you'll be okay. You need surgery. Pump an Advil, you'll be fine. That's the Yankees medical staff. So, is Shavili really going to be part of the Yankee bullpen? That was my next question because he's another guy that I just don't see. Like I don't see what the Yankees see with that kid at all. I mean, in 2025, he had a 7 ERA for Colorado. Like, what are we doing here? What do the Yankees see in this guy? Preseason, 4 games pitched, 3 innings, 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 2 homers. Like, I've seen enough. That dude is ass, right? Is Shavili seriously going to be in our bullpen? He's straight dog shit. Cashman is Cashman is infatuation. He's always infatuated with some real dog shit, such as Anthony Volpe. But no, Shavili looks awful. Just awful. I mean, he was awful in Colorado. What do they see in him? 1890 ERA. Dude, I could pitch to an 1890 ERA for free. Jesus. It's something I'm showing you fine. Right. Pour a bit of cough syrup there in the wound. Yeah, rub it in there. You'll be fine. That's not going to do anything. No, you'll be fine. Trust me. I'm an expert. A couple of Advil, some cough syrup, you'll be good to go. That's the Yankee medical staff on Anthony Volpe. Then they opened him up and they're like, shit, actually is much worse than we thought. I think it's going to be Bird. Oh God, Bird's awful too. I believe Chevalier has an option left for AAA. Does he have an option for single A? I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, Blake is good, but we got to stop thinking he's Nicole. That's right. Matt Blake is good. He's he's the only coach that I trust on the staff. But you're right. I'm just beating facts. If you want the facts, you come on here to Pinstripe Crons. You're right about that. He's the only coach that I trust in the coaching staff, but I mean, he's not a freaking miracle worker. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to turn water into wine and fucking chicken shit in a nice, beautiful chicken. It's not what's going to happen. So, Chevalier ain't going to suddenly become a good pitcher. That's just not going to happen. I don't see what the Yankees see in Bird. I don't. I really don't. That's just me. I just don't. I didn't like the trade. Hated it. And yeah, I've not been impressed with anything that he's done since for me to change my mind. So these are the aspects that I'm a little bit concerned about. This whole no-name bullpen kind of a thing to get you to your star closer. It's a little bit iffy for me. I do like Duvall. Yeah, both Chevalier and Bird are terrible. Horrible. But I do like Camilo Duvall. But I love Rodriguez Cruz. ERC or ER or whatever he refers to himself now. God knows. But I love that kid. That kid can pitch. Paul Blackburn's ass. I like Hedrick. Tim Hill, like him. Yarborough's fine as like a sixth starter / middle reliever. Cade Winquist. I mean, maybe he's a buy low candidate. That's really about it. It's not a great bullpen. No one else really kind of jumps out. I do love Fernando Cruz, though. Cruz is a bit of a beast. I think they'll be fine, but it is a question mark. It is a question mark. I hope Rodriguez makes the team. CBB says we should have some belief in Bird. Bird has nasty stuff and was overused by the Rockies. I expect him to do better. He learned another new pitch, and he throws hard. But Issy just says, nah, Bird is just terrible. We'll see. We'll see. I guess the proof will be in the pudding, as they say. I didn't like the trade. I thought it was a massive overpay. But maybe he can turn it around. He's not had a particularly great spring. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. I think he was flat disgraceful since arriving at the deadline. He was just garbage. Pitched to like a 6 ERA. So, I mean, I don't see it, but maybe my guy Matt Blake can pull some miracle out of the hat with that kid too. He tends to do it. As I say, Matt Blake is the one aspect to this coaching staff that, like, I trust. Like, he can make things happen. He can really, really be an asset. Is there anyone else in the coaching staff that you guys trust that's good at development for their area? Hitting coach, our best hitting coach is not actually employed by us. Aaron Judge and Rice is hitting coach. That's the Yankees' best coach. And he's not even a Yankee, employed as a Yankee. Anybody? Swanson. I like our catching coach. He's good. Bench coach, nah. That's about it. Yeah, Swanson and Matt Blake are the two best coaches that we have. Aaron Boone, he's not a coach. Colorado really fleeced the Yankees. They gave up Bird, man, and Shavili. We gave them. Oh God. Oh man, my breakfast literally just went right up my my esophagus there. Reading that they gave us Bird, McMahon, and Shavili. Ooh. Where's my water? Give me a second, Max. That was. Why did you do that to me? God. Woo! Sorry. Yeah, man. Jeez. Fuck, that's horrible. What a train. That's spectacular. Bird and Shavili. We actually like contacted Colorado and asked for Bird and Shavili. McMahon, yeah, I can see. Bird and Shavili, no. They're probably like, wait, you want our 7 ERA pitcher? Great. You want our 6 ERA pitcher? Okay. Are you sure? Are you on drugs? Quickly, make that trade happen before Cashman changes his mind. Jesus Christ. What an awful trade that was. God, Shavili. Fucking garbage. Absolute ass. Oh, anyway. I still can't believe the Yankees got mercied against the Twins. That's hilarious. That's in 15 zip. That's hard to do in spring. There. But I mean, my focus is purely on the regular season, and of course the WBC. Not too worried about spring. Donald, you look at Bird's stats before we got him. He pitched 40 out of 65 games. He was overused and abused. So Stevie B is a Bird believer, right? So Stevie B, your new moniker is the Bird believer, and we will revisit this once the season is started, and we'll see how your boy does. The Bird believer. And we'll see how Bird does. And then you have every right to gloat if Bird turns out to be good. You can say, I told you, Donald. I told you it's good. So we can bookmark this and we revisit this. Because me personally, that Bird has no wings. But you that Bird is flying without wings. But you're a Bird believer. So that's where we're at. Overuse and abuse is not a problem with this Yankee bullpen. The Yankees have a bullpen? Jeez. Yeah, that is a problem. I mean, as long as this bullpen doesn't involve Shavili, then I can live with it. I really can't stand that kid. That dude's ass. Fancy says, Bird is a pigeon. We're on the same wavelength, Issy. Wonder what Bird's ERA was outside of Coors. That's good. That's a good one. Should we check that out? I don't have those stats to hand. That could be interesting. His whip is almost 16, 1.53. That's a high whip, man. 5.53 ERA. I don't see it. I thought we overpaid for him. My immediate reaction upon that trade was like, Why? And it was an overpay. We gave up some prospects for that kid. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything to get excited about. If you look at his whip in 2024 was 1,700. Then 2025, 1,500. And then his whip with us was 3,000. Holy shit. He pitched to a negative WAR, 27 ERA. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't convince me that he was good. Oh, is he the member? See, we've had a good day. I'm glad I did this show because Tats was like, will you be able to do this show? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to speak to the people. And by speaking to the people, we got a new member. So thank you, Issy. I do appreciate it, my guy. 3,000 women was. It has to be seen to be believed, my friend. Holy mother, Moses. Check this. 2025. I have to like -5 WAR, 3,000 whip. There it is. 18 hits for 9 innings. 9 home runs for 9 innings. I mean, that's some comedy stuff. 27 ERA. Yeah, I'm sorry. You are not convincing me this guy could pitch. You are not convincing me that guy could pitch. Absolutely, you're not convincing me that guy could pitch. Donald, ask NFB about Bird. He saw him live last year against us before the trade deadline. For the Rockies. For the Rockies. Trust me. Do the Rockies have anything in their back catalog that convinces you that they can develop anybody? The Rockies. No. You can't really add apples and pears. It's like saying, oh, someone looked okay as a Rocky. That doesn't mean that they're going to be good as a Yankee, considering the stadium, how disgraceful that organization is. They have absolutely no record of development. I mean, it's different with the Pirates because they do have some development. It's just they have a really cheap owner. But the Rockies, they're just a bad organization. It continues to get worse and worse. That's not really a place that you want to tap into. Todd Helton was a million years ago. That was back when the Yankees had a dynasty. Well, Healing Man's Hearts has the number for us. I just crunched the numbers. For 2025, Jake Bird's away ERA was 15.36. There we go. That bird is flying without wings. The ERA was a touchdown and safety. 15? That's more runs than the Giants scored on average in the regular season. Especially the Jets with their no quarterbacks. That's a freaking hefty 15. God damn. 15.36. Holy crap. That's 2 touchdowns and a converted touchdown. This stat line looks like a stock market ticker. Well, we've also got Shabili, and his stat line also is a stock market ticker. Michael Shabili. Woo! Woo-wee. That's rough. That guy's absolute garbage. Anyway, I hope he doesn't make the roster. Burn is garbage. Cashman's to be fired for that move. Well, is there a lot of competition for worse moves? Josh Donaldson, Aaron Hicks. I'm just making myself sick here just talking about these people. Anyway, I said I was going to be positive. I'm not going to go down this negative route. Here I am just talking about all these awful relievers that we have. Oh, it's just too much fun. But so the USA, let's go back to some positive stuff because there's nothing really to talk about with the Yankees. We already know what this roster is. Team USA take on Mexico, I believe. And that should be a heck of a game. So the US are 2-0. I believe they beat Brazil 15-5, I believe. And then they torched the British, which is beautiful. Thank you. 9-1, not enough. It should be 27-1, but beat Britain, which is excellent. Because F Britain. Okay, what have we got here? Paul Skeens is scheduled to start for the Americans after Logan Webb and Tariq Skubal open Team USA's first two games. First pitch is 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you have Fox, you can watch it on Fox. If you've got Fubo, you can watch it on Fubo. That will be a heck of a game. So 8 p.m., guys. That's about it. Donald, did you see the video I posted why I couldn't be on the panel Friday? No, Stevie B. Why couldn't you be on the panel on Friday? What was the vid? 5 p.m. Pacific. There you go. 5 p.m. Pacific. There you go, SE. Donald, did you see the video I posted? Okay, Stevie B, what happened, man? You okay? In the meantime, we got Healy Mentor thing when ER is on, a black rain cloud follows. No, I disagree, man. You're just cooking. You're just cooking. The gray cloud above is just from the fumes of what you're cooking. That's just that. Big cloud of cooking. That's what you're doing. I'm not falling for the Lombard bait. This is exactly how people hyped up Volpe and made him skip AAA. The Yankees did that to themselves, man. The Yankees did that to themselves. They made Anthony Volpe into something he's not. And that's on them. When he was in AAA, he could hit all fields. When the Yankees got a hold of him, they needed to turn him into a pool hitter. Basically half his batting average and mess with his swing. And he's never recovered since. They take no responsibility for it. So as much as I think Anthony Volpe is a dreadful baseball player, I think a lot of it is on the Yankees. They massacred that kid. And then they take no responsibility for it. So Stevie, just tell me, man, I'm not going to be able to watch a video while live. So, is everything okay with you and your family? I hope so. Volpe was a marketing and branding ploy going completely wrong. I don't think it originally was meant to be that, because he legitimately won the battle. And I remember when he was first up, he was like batting 300 and he was looking good, but then the Yankees had to get a hold of him and they had to change his swing about. And then that whole chicken parm thing because they just weren't paying attention to the video. And then Austin Wells was like, "Oh, there's a hole in your swing." And he's like, "Really?" I mean, that kind of shit should have been sorted out on the Yankee coaching staff, but the Yankee coaching staff takes no responsibility for anything, as I said before. I just think that, yeah, they definitely rushed Volpe. Welking, you're right. Volpe was rushed, but I think Volpe wasn't. I think Volpe is not nearly as bad a player as what the Yankee development staff has kind of turned him into. So what I'm saying is, Volpe was overhyped. Yes, completely overhyped. I know that there were certain GMs that just did not see what other teams saw in him, and especially the Yankees. I've heard that from the horse's mouth. I'm not going to name names, but certain GMs did not really rate Anthony Volpe at all, even prior to his coming up in his rookie year. They didn't really see what others saw in him. But what I'm saying is the Yankees didn't really help him because he kind of had the tools there. He had a bit of speed. He had a terrible arm, but maybe if you put him at second base so that his arm wouldn't be such a liability or shortstop, or what they probably should have done is give him another further year to work on his offense because he did have a hole in his swing, although I think the hole was exacerbated by the Yankees making him into a tool hitter instead of, and A-Rod had said this, someone that could hit to all fields. But again, the Yankees just have to hate on A-Rod all the time, even though he's a very smart baseball mind. You just can't make a guy like Anthony Volpe into a 25, 30 home run hitter. He's just not that guy. He's someone that they should have made him into a more of a contact guy with his speed and his ability to run the bases. Get that, you might have a better ball player. See, wow. The Yankees didn't help him. The Yankees definitely didn't fucking help him. So that's what I'm saying. That's my point. And they have not really done anything with him since. Like they haven't worked on him. And really, they just don't. Spring training does not matter. I know spring training doesn't matter. I've never said spring training does matter. I'm talking about the regular season. That's true as well. They put him on the marquee with Judge, Cole, and Stan. They tried to tap into his. Well, that's right. So what I'm saying is, I think after it went wrong with Volpe, then they were like, but however, they did have that Gold Glove with him. They were like, right, we got it. We win. We're the best. He won a Gold Glove. Stick him on the marquee with Stanton and Cole and Judge, and we'll tap into that revenue market. But he had no talent to back it up. And he didn't earn it either. Volpe hasn't earned that. So, yeah, we made a joke. It was because he's an Italian and he met Derek Jeter. But, yeah, the Yankees really just shoved him on his face on a plastic lunchbox and sold him as the future. And he did nothing to earn that. And that's what my major complaint is about the modern Yankees. They're giving accolades to guys that don't earn it. They haven't earned the right to have their name on the frickin' front of a bulletin board. They haven't earned. He hasn't earned it. He got one very lucky Gold Glove, which he didn't deserve at all. There was far better options that deserved a Gold Glove than he did. He didn't deserve it. He got away with it. Then the Yankees took that and were like, yes, we were right. Everybody else was wrong. He's a star. But you have to earn it. You have to work hard over a period of time to earn accolades as a Yankee. And the Yankees are already handing them out like freaking like gum. And that's where the Yankee standards have dropped. That's why they don't win championships anymore. That's the unfortunate truth. It really is. Looks like Welking and Healing Mans are having a discussion, but I don't know what we're discussing. Are you talking Welking? Are you talking about Anthony Volpe? Are you talking about Grisham? He's talking about Grisham. Well, yeah. Well, to be fair, I was asked this on the panel on Friday. I was asked, "Are you worried about Trent Grisham's 0.77 batting average?" And I said, "No. Contact me at the end of April, and if he still is batting at 0.77, then we'll have a conversation. But I'm not going to worry about it in spring." So I don't really care what his batting average is. I still think it was a stupid, stupid, stupid mistake to pick up his qualifying offer, but it's nothing really to do with Trent Grisham. It's more about roster construction. I thought that was really dumb. Taking on another lefty outfielder for 5 times his value when you already have Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones waiting there, and there were better players that you could have signed in free agency. That's why I didn't agree with it. But that has nothing to do with his batting average in spring. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Exactly. That's my point. I could give a shit what Trent Grisham's batting average is. He could bat 0 in spring, and I wouldn't care. It's just I'm just looking at roster construction. It didn't make sense. Made no sense, and it basically hamstrung and tied 2 hands behind Brian Cashman's own back. And that's going into the winter, and that was pointless. Got Mark in the chat. What's up, champ? What's up, Mark? Good to see you in the chat. Jazz is trash. He wants 35. Yeah, Jazz is weird, man. He's a talented player, but I hate that man. I hate his mentality. I think he's just too much of a head case. It's all between his ears, Jazz, and I'm sorry, I'm not paying him that. But that's absurd. And why is he talking about his contract? Like, I just wish someone would just tell Jazz to shut the fuck up, and it would actually be a service to him. It would be a service to him. Jonathan Tyler, it would be a service to him, because I know that they want to give him the room for his personality to develop, and he has every right to have a kind of fun personality, a jazzy personality. It's not about his personality. I love his personality is fine, but someone needs to get a hold of him and tell him to stop talking about what contract you want going into next year, going into 12 months from now. Oh, I want $35 million a year. That's what I deserve. What are you talking about? First of all, you have no idea what the market is in 12 months' time. You have no idea if baseball is going to exist in 12 months' time, as we know it. You have no idea what the free agent landscape is going to be in 12 months' time. You also have no idea how you're going to perform this coming year. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to have a 50-50 year. Bro, shut up. Real stars don't do their talking before the season starts. Real stars let their stats do the talking. Do you see did anyone ever seen Aaron Judge before a season going, I'm going to hit 60 home runs? I'm going to have a 60 home run year, and I'm going to bat 300. Did Judge ever say that? No, because he's not a moron. He lets his talking. He lets all do the talking on the field. You know what I'm saying? Judge ain't a moron. Jazz been like, I've got 50-50 year. You've got nothing that backs that up, my friend. Shut up and play. If you have a 40-40 year going into September, then you can say, I might get 50-50. That's when you can talk. Until then, shut up. And talking about his salary, you have no idea what the free agent landscape is. Someone needs to get a hold of him, tell him to shut up. But he's been doing this game here, man. We're the best team in baseball. We're going to win the world championship. All that is just bulletin board material for the opposition to go, we're going to get them. And then after they lose the Dodgers, we were the best team. It's just, dude needs to shut up. He's wrongly called World Series that we're going to win when we don't even get close to winning. He's calling that he's going to get a $35 million per year contract. That's absurd. He's calling that he's going to have a 50-50 year. Dude, baseball is a very hard freaking sport. It's the most difficult sport on earth when you think about it. That's why you cannot be dumb enough to predict what you're going to do. You cannot predict your contract, and you can't predict what you're going to do on the field. You just can't do it because baseball is one of the great humbling sports. That's why you have guys that are at the top of the pile one year, and then the next year they're batting 100. It's one of the great equalizers. In the NBA, if you're an average player, you could drop 20 points a game. Right? But in baseball, if you're a tick off, just a fraction of a tick, you go from hitting 35 home runs to 13 and having 200 plus strikeouts. A tick. Because it's all about split seconds in baseball. It's one of the great equalizers. And it's also a game that's based on failure. It is. 70% of your at-bats, you are not going to get a hit, right? And that's if you're a star. So, so that's why I'm saying Jazz needs to shut up and play. If we get to mid-season, if we get to August and he's having a killer year, great. Then we can talk. Until then, he needs to shut his mouth. Because all I've seen from his mouth is bad recommendations and him yawning on the baseball field in the playoffs. And he's another one that gets preferential treatment around here, and he doesn't deserve it. Exactly. He bats 180 in the postseason. He's talking like, I'm the greatest. We're the greatest. Dude just needs to shut up. And it's nothing to do with his personality. He's a cool kid. He's got a lot of outsized personality. It didn't suit Miami. Fine. But the Yankees need to rein him in and tell him to stop talking nonsense. Because no great player predicts what their salary is or what they're going to do in the coming year. You just don't do it. It's like it's just not wise. Because it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. And so him predicting he's going to have a 50-50 year, I would say the odds are heavily in the favor of it going to come back to bite him in the ass. I'm not going to get Camilla political for that. It's hilarious. I'm going to get the start there. So, yeah, Jazz, I've got real issues with Jazz. And I think it would have been wise if the Yankees had checked in on his market. I would have preferred that, I think. But it is what it is. But that was me on my that was me again on my another rant. But I just don't like that Jazz constantly talks. A lot of nonsense. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And it won't stop. I mean, Aaron Boone never talks to him about it. So he's just going to go and he's going to talk about nonsense. But if I see him yawning on the field one more time, I'm gonna have a meltdown. Excellent. It's not even a rant. That wasn't even a rant. That was just like a mild cook. We got Kelvin in the chat. What's up, family? Like the vid. Thank you, Kelvin. Thanks for hopping on. My salute to you. Hope you're having a great Monday. Jazz is going to waste all our ABS and yawn when he gets all too wrong. Oh, dude. Ironically, I think the best version of this team includes a 100 ribby season from Jazz. Well, yeah. I mean, listen, we can't go where we need to go without Jazz. I am not doubting his ability. No point have I said he is a bad baseball player. The truth is, he's fast. He's a very good second baseman. Not a good second baseman, a very good second baseman when he's locked in. And he does have the potential to be a 40-40 guy. Maybe even 50-50 if he's incredibly lucky and locked in. I'm not saying he doesn't have that potential. But the thing is, you just don't put that in the universe because it's kind of it's just bad. It's not going to work out for you. It just isn't because I've never heard any other star do that. Going, I'm gonna get $35 million a year contract and I'm gonna hit 50 home runs, and it just doesn't happen because you can't predict what's going to happen. Because baseball is an incredibly difficult sport. And only the greatest players can stay consistent over a long stretch of time. That's what makes Aaron Judge so incredible, that he's putting up heroic numbers on an annual basis, which is unusual because a lot of the time you're going to have drop-off years. Just look at Cody Bellinger. 4 out of his past 6 years been a below average baseball player since he won an MVP. It's very hard, and that was winning an MVP. It's very hard to be a star player every single year, and that's what makes those stars that stay consistent over that span superstars. So that's what my point is. I mean, even Gunnar Henderson struggled last year. I mean, no one expected that to happen. It happens because baseball is one of the great equalizers. That's my point. And you don't put it out in the universe because more often than not, it ain't going to work out too well for you. That's why I've always subscribed to Tom Coughlin, the ex-Giant coach, who always says, shut up and play. You can talk after you win. Shut up and play. I know that doesn't fit into the modern society where everybody's soft and cries and have heart feelings. But the point is, if you shut up and let you do your talking on the field and then you win, then you can talk. Until then, just get on with your business. And that's all I'm asking Jazz to do. Get on with this business. Shut up. Have a good year. If he has a great year and the Yankees win, then he can talk. Then he can ask for $35 million. Then he can demand all he wants. But until then, zip it. Amen. And as for his swing, I think it's a golf swing, and I don't think it's cut out for contact. It's an all or nothing swing. It's ideally Yankee Stadium, but on the road, I think it's risky. But I mean, he's a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I certainly wouldn't have traded him for pennies on the dollar. He's a good player. He's got all the intangibles. His talent is through the roof. It's just between his ears. He just does talk way too much. I mean, the stuff that he said that the Yankees are going to win the World, they're the best team. Everyone knows that. And then when they lost, it was like, oh, we were still the best team. Dude, just shut up. I mean, listen, I wanted us to trade for him. I've always liked Jazz Chisholm. That's the thing. I just didn't expect him to be this loud and talk this much nonsense. It's really put me off him because when we acquired him, I was like, yes, we got ourselves a player. He can play. Trust me, he can play. And he's by and large proven it. It's been a successful trade. It's one of Cashman's few successful moves over the past 3 or 4 years. One of his better moves, even though I think Agustin Ramirez was a mistake to lose. I don't think we should have traded him. But Jazz was a good pickup. And he's played well, but I think he's hurting himself from taking that next step because he just keeps talking. So that's my point on Jazz. I would like him just to get on with it, shut his mouth, have a great year, be a good clubhouse guy, do his talking on the field. And if he hits all those expectations and has a good year, then he can ask for whatever the hell he wants in free agency. Until then, just shut up. That I agree with. I don't think he's humble enough to lead off and make sacrifices. I mean, he defended yawning on the field during the playoff. I will never forgive him for that person. It's a horrible look. You can't tell me that the Yankees were locked in the postseason when their star second baseman was like, ooh, man, I had a late one last night in the middle of the game. Dude, I swear to God, if George Steinbrenner was alive, he would have gone up off his box. He would have jumped on that golf cart and he would have driven right in the middle of the field and he would have grabbed Jazz Chisholm by the freaking ear and dragged him off the freaking ear. Dragged him off the field by his ear. Trailing the golf cart. That's what he would have done to them. And then he would have been released. That's what you do to people that yawn at a Yankee game in the postseason. It was disgraceful. If I was the manager, I would have gladly have gotten fired by Brian Cashman by grabbing Jazz Chisholm by the frickin' collar and dragging him off the field for yawning in the middle of a postseason game. And that is a symbol of why the Yankees are no longer the Yankees. Winning organizations do not allow players to be lazy on the field in the biggest moments. Winning organizations hold people accountable for that. It's true. That's just the truth. And worrying over his feelings or saying, oh, well, maybe he just had a bad night last night. Don't give a fuck. You do not do that. You are blessed to wear that Yankee logo on your hat. You're blessed. You are far beyond blessed to wear the same logo that Lou Gehrig, Derek Jeter, you know it, Babe Ruth, you know it, the legends, Yogi Berra have worn. Joe DiMaggio. You are blessed to wear that same uniform that those players have worn. And it meant something to them. I thank God for making me a Yankee. That was a quote that will never, ever die. I thank the good Lord for making me a Yankee. And you've got players that are wearing that logo to this day, yawning on the baseball field because it just doesn't mean anything to them. Well, fuck them because it means something to me. And when you wear that fucking logo, you play hard in October. I don't want to hear about your contract. I don't want to hear about your 50-50s. I don't care. I don't care what you want in free agency 12 months from now. I don't give a fuck. Where you wear the pinstripes, you play hard every single fucking day, and you do not yawn. No fucking yawning. And if I was a manager, I would have said it to him. And that's where the Yankees have fallen off, because we need a manager that can fucking do that. You think Joe Girardi would have accepted that? Would he fuck? Think Billy Martin would have accepted? Billy Martin would have punched him in the middle of the fucking face. You just do not do that. There are standards here. Show some fucking respect to the pinstripes. Yeah, show some fucking respect. I'm sick of it. Cook. Now I'm cooking. Maybe one of you guys clip that? I think you guys should clip that. Put it out on Twitter. I'm cooking. You show some fucking respect. God damn it. It means something to us as fans. So when you are on that field, you represent us, you represent the organization, you represent the 100 years of that organization, you represent the 27 championships that have come before him. You represent it, and you take pride in it, and you're humbled by it. You do not talk about your contract. You do not talk about what your predicted stat line is, and you do not talk about your grievances. And you do not talk about, have you had a hard night? I yawn all the time. It's not a big deal. No, it is a big fucking deal. And I will never, ever forgive him for that. Ever. Ever. Whew. Well, that was good. That was good. I got that out of my got that out of my system. That was good. I like that. That was a pretty good rant, right? That was a pretty good rant. I want the Yankees to be meritocracy regardless of pay. Beautifully put. Those pinstripes will still exist when you're gone. Exactly. It was there before him, and it'll be there long after him. You could get $35 million playing for the Royals. Great. But there's only one Yankee pinstripes, and you got to respect it. Woo! 5-star rant. Yeah, somebody clip that. Put that on Twitter. That's what you get with the Pinstripe Chronicles. We need to get the subs up. We need to get the views up. We need to get the conversation started. Let's get the standards back for the Yankees. That's what this channel is all about. Let's get those standards back to what the Yankees were all about. But I do absolutely appreciate everyone that was in the conversation. Issy killed it today with his conversation. Healing Man's Hearts was fucking awesome as usual. Good to see Kelvin in the chat. Good to see Welkin in the chat. Stevie B in the chat. It's my boy. We got Deb Finch in there. Got Jonathan in there. Who was the early bird, by the way? Let's see. Early bird was Jonathan. 7 a.m. So Jonathan gets the early bird. Big thank you to everybody that watched today's show. I mean, heck, half an hour before the show started, I was like, what are we going to even talk about? But an hour and 40 minutes later, we cooked and we had a great time. So thank you so much for everyone that takes the time out of their day to watch Pinstripe Chronicles. And my love to all you guys. Have a great time. Enjoy the USA-Mexico game. Let's go USA. And you will see us on Wednesday with the full panel of Uncle T and Luca. And I'll look forward to talking to you guys then. Have a great rest of your frickin' mornings, guys, and afternoons. And as they say, Uncle Tats loves to say, wear your pinstripes with pride and play hard. Play harder than Jazz Chisholm does.